Denver 7 On Demand is brought to you by Ferguson and BAC Appliance Center, the best in bath, kitchen, and lighting for your home.
Good morning, I'm Molly Hendrickson.
And I'm Jessica Porter with the latest from Denver 7.
Right now, the one-year-old daughter of Kelsey Barrett will remain with Kelsey's parents until a final decision over custody of the little girl happens next Thursday. This morning, investigators still want to hear from you if you know anything of where Kelsey's body might be. She was last seen Thanksgiving Day at a Woodland Park Safeway. Her fiance, Patrick Frazee, will be formally charged with first-degree murder on Monday. A judge is also expected to rule on a gag order Monday, which would limit media coverage of the trial. Today, despite being on winter break, Eagle Valley High School in Gypsum will have support staff available for students grieving the loss of 17-year-old Megan Lodge. She was killed in a rollover crash on I-70 near Eagle on Wednesday night. The school's library media center will be open from 9 this morning until noon for anyone struggling with Megan's loss.
A Denver teen has a warning for families after the death of her brother, who died after taking party drugs she believes were laced with something deadly. Jacob Morton died after taking what he thought was a parent drug to ecstasy at the Beta nightclub in Lodo. Toxicology reports have not yet been released to reveal a cause of death, but his family fears the drug was tampered with.
It's not about trusting your guy. It's about trusting your guy's guy, who I promise is not a guy you would hang out with.
The group Dance Safe tests drugs at festivals and distributes information at Denver nightclubs. It says opiates are being found in high concentrations in some non-opiate drugs. CDOT, along with state and local law enforcement, want you to have a happy new year, but if you choose to indulge in alcohol, know your limit. Starting today, agencies across the state are ramping up drunk driving enforcement efforts. They'll continue through January 2nd. Last year, 357 drivers were arrested for impaired driving over the New Year's holiday.
Starting on the first of the year, nearly 24 states, including Colorado, will raise their minimum wage requirements. Here in Colorado, the goal is to raise it to $12 per hour by 2020. Right now, the minimum wage is $10.20, but on Tuesday, it will go up to $11.10. The National Employment Law Project estimates soon everyone will need at least $15 per hour just for basic living expenses. No state has a $15 minimum wage, but when the new year starts, employees at a local restaurant chain will earn at least that much. Over the last 3 years, Illegal Pete's has raised its lowest wages from $9 per hour to $15 per hour starting in January. It hasn't hurt the company's bottom line either. Illegal Pete's grew from 7 to 11 locations over that same time period.
Today, Homeland Security Secretary Christian Nielsen heads to the U.S.-Mexico border with tensions rising over the deaths of 2 migrant children. Both kids died while in DHS custody this month. One 8-year-old Guatemalan boy died on Christmas Eve, and an autopsy shows he was suffering from the flu. Now, all kids in DHS custody will get new medical screenings, but Nielsen is urging migrant parents not to cross the border with kids. Debate over border funding will continue into the new year. The House and Senate will reconvene on Monday to figure out a way to end the partial government shutdown, with border funding at the center of the debate. President Trump made another call to build the wall yesterday, learning the suspect accused of shooting and killing a California police officer during a traffic stop is an illegal immigrant.
This suspect is in our country illegally. He doesn't belong here. He's a criminal.
A vigil is planned tonight in California for Corporal Ronald Singh, who was the officer killed.
This morning, CenturyLink says all systems are back to normal. An apparent network problem caused internet outages from coast to coast, including all over Colorado. CenturyLink sent this tweet out overnight saying everything was back up and running. The problem spanned across the Front Range into Colorado's high country. Doctors and nurses at North Colorado Medical Center in Greeley reported difficulties accessing patient records yesterday. Well, you probably have seen this on your social media pages, or maybe not if your internet was down. This glow over New York City was not due to that CenturyLink outage. This was caused by a transformer explosion at a power plant in Queens.
It looked like it was daytime. You look in the sky and it was bright blue. It was insane. It was a really weird blue color too. I was like, aliens are here.
No alien invasions just yet, but as you could imagine, this caused all kinds of buzz across social media last night.
The CDC has confirmed another case of acute flaccid myelitis here in Colorado. The latest update now lists 18 cases of the polio-like illness in Colorado children. However, we should note that most of them have recovered, and the most recent case may have happened months ago and is only now being confirmed as AFM. At the same time, Colorado is seeing a spike in flu cases. According to the latest update, 376 people have gone to the hospital with flu symptoms this season. That's a big jump from last week. Just over 200 cases were confirmed and 120 the week before that. A new report shows there has also been another outbreak in a long-term care facility, the second of the season.
A little more than a week, 2 full weekends left to check this out. And yes, today, probably one of the coldest we've had all season. It has been a gorgeous season for zoo lights. It's been warm, unusually warm for this month. Jake Cubier with the Denver Zoo here. You've got some great tips on staying warm if you're coming out to zoo lights tonight.
I do, yeah. As you make your way around zoo lights, we've got stations, food stations, some places you can warm up. Hot chocolate, adult options for hot chocolate. We've got story time with Mrs. Claus. We've got Tropical Discovery open, so there's a lot of good spots.
Awesome. You can kind of go in and out and stay warm throughout the night. Of course, you're going to want layers too, guys. We're going to jump on the golf cart and take you around the zoo a little bit and show you what you can expect to see out here, because it is worth it. And I would say just, keep it moving. Keep a little jog up, and that kind of warms you up as you walk around. 70 acres, 2 million lights. Even during the summer, you'll notice some of the lights starting to get set up. This is a huge effort every year, Jake.
Absolutely. It takes our grounds and horticulture and maintenance team about 4 to 5 months to put this all up. We've got lights up almost all year. Of course, not lit up all the time, but it's totally worth it. This is a spectacular event.
Well, thank you for taking us around Zoo Lights, guys. Thank you for being a part of this season of Zoo Lights, everyone. It's been a great year, and you can still check it out till January 6th, every single night. Get your tickets online for a $2 discount, and we have all the information on tickets and times on thedenverchannel.com.
Still a little bit of time left. Well, starting today, you can take part in one of our Colorado's favorite winter traditions. Skating is tentatively scheduled to open for this season on Evergreen Lake. That's right near the Evergreen Golf Course. Mother Nature has to cooperate. Right now, the ice is 12 inches thick, which is strong enough for skaters, but it needs to be 16 inches thick for a Zamboni to safely drive on it. Parks and Rec officials have been flooding the lake with water and allowing it to freeze. Skating hours can change because of the weather, so make sure you check before you head out.
If you prefer skiing over skating, the new 10-person high-speed gondola at Winter Park is officially open. The runs underneath the gondola are also open. At Copper Mountain, testing is nearly completed on a 6-person bubble chair lift. It could open sometime this weekend if everything goes according to plan.
Broncos fans, yet another disappointing season comes to an end this Sunday at Mile High Stadium in what could be the final game for Broncos head coach Vance Joseph.
You all know the story already. Back-to-back losing seasons, 3 straight seasons missing the playoffs, and disappointment a mile high.
Played solely for the love of the game, and my heart hasn't changed at all. As long as I got an opportunity to go out there and play, I'm gonna play. I'm still 2 sacks away from 100. Chubb is still 3 sacks away from breaking it, and it's attainable.
Things will be a bit different at Mile High on Sunday. There are tickets available for about $50 on the secondary market. At the start of the season, you might remember, when there was still hope, you couldn't find a ticket for less than $90. Kickoff is at $2.25 on Sunday.
We are in for some really cold weather. Now, Sunday it's actually going to be a little bit warmer, but today we're looking at not only a chance for a little bit of snow here, a few flurries, but down across parts of southwestern Colorado, heavier snow. The storm is just skirting to the south of our state, bringing some blizzard-like conditions down and through New Mexico. Now, we're looking at temperatures this morning in the teens. It looks like we should be at about 22 to 25 degrees for a high between 1 and 3. So it's going to be one of the coldest days of the season so far. And it looks like tonight into early tomorrow morning could be the coldest that we've hit so far this season as we drop down into the single digits and low teens early Saturday morning. Now, this is why we've issued a first alert action day. We're not going to see much in the way of snow, just a few flurries possible, but things will gradually start to warm up. 35 on Saturday, 43 on Sunday, but by that point, we're going to be tracking our next storm. Monday, it's going to bring a better chance for some snow to town, and it gets cold, so that means, you guys, New Year's Eve night into early New Year's Day, single digit lows. bundle up if you've got any plans downtown.
Brr, all right.
It's going to be very cold. Well, now that Christmas is done and over, you may be thinking it's time to take down that tree. And if you pack up correctly, it'll make decorating next year even easier.
So before you even take one ornament off the tree, consider taking a picture first. It's going to help you remember what went where next year.
And don't just toss ornaments and decorations together in a box. Put them in plastic bins that are specifically marked with labels like tree, mantle, or outside, so you can find exactly what you need.
And while you're putting decorations away, take a look at the ones that were left in the box this year. If it's been a while since you put them up, think about donating them or passing them along to somebody else.
For people living in Denver, you're going to want to have your tree down within the next 2 weeks. The city will pick it up for free with your normal trash collection through January 11th. And you could also drop off your tree at the Cherry Creek Recycling drop-off location. Again, be sure to remove all lights and decorations, and only natural trees will be collected.
If you're looking for some things to check out this weekend or in the new year, the Denver Art Museum is hosting the Dior exhibit until March 3rd. The popular exhibit features dresses, photos, jewelry, historical information, and much more.
A great trip through 71 years of history as well, of history of taste, of history of style. So when you say Dior, of course, usually you would just think Christian Dior. But these were 7 different designers that shaped the house over these 71 years.
To see the exhibit, you'll need to buy a ticket to the museum and a ticket to the exhibit. The tickets for the Dior exhibit are timed. They do sell out, especially on weekends. This has been your Denver 7 On Demand update. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, check back here later tonight for another update and download the Denver 7 app for breaking news and alerts.